the capacity of either taking their sweet time and like really slowing down their game plan to try and like whittle away at each other, or they could just completely like dumpster each other. I'm really curious to see how this is going to operate though, because both players, actually, from what I could gather as well, Personate was one of the first people to actually finish his winners round 1.
Wow, so that means he's got the momentum, right? He's like aggression. He's gonna come in hungry for blood.
He's not like the Pac-Mans, you know. He's not like other girls.
Yeah, 100%.
But Jaska as well with the Duck Hunt duo, versing Not a Real Cactus. Great tag, by the way. Also taking it 2-0. So both pretty aggressive victories in winners round 1. So I'm curious to see who's going to take it here.
Yeah, it'd be super cool. And both of these characters, I feel like they're the same archetype of character, and we don't get to see them clash often. I'd say like one of the rarest archetypes of character that's in Smash are these not just like zoners, but these like set play deployable zoners, right? You know, like both of these characters have like Pac-Man has Hydrant, Duck Hunt has Can, and the down B, the gunman. And even though that gunman was facing the wrong direction, which, you know, sometimes they can't be, and that one as well. Wait, what is that? I thought they always, has Jaska just been pressing the button wrong, accidentally be reversing the gunman.
He's just reversing it.
Okay, all right, there we go. Oh, good. The gunman's working out now. Yeah, so both of these characters, you know, Pac-Man can like charge his fruits. They're like zoners, but they go in with their tools. So yeah,
does Jaska know where his opponent is, or is this just some cases of some serious stick drift?
No, this is like cross up gunman. Like you point them the other way, and then they roll to the other side and they get hit.
It's like the case where
the bell. But Personate not quick enough to follow up there. Oh, I like the Can ledge trap. Unfortunately, not working it out.
Do you reckon maybe it's the case where, you know, like in the same vein that, you know, if you shoot like a bullet far enough around the world, like it'll come back and hit, you know, Pac-Man in the next like couple of minutes?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think when you summon a gunman, oh my gosh, and that ledge trap, bouncing apple and bouncing hydrant.
That's terrifying.
It's the kind of stuff we're going to keep seeing for the rest of this set. Like, look at this, Gallagher's, hydrants. There are just so many hitboxes everywhere, so many deployables. Yeah, it's like pushing Duck Hunt away. Okay, so the gunman doesn't get affected by the hydrant. That's good to know.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I guess he probably only gets affected, I think, when he takes damage.
Yeah, so he's two-dimensional. So I guess the water just kind of sweeps past him.
He's also wearing shoes. You know, his boots aren't going to get wet.
That's true.
His socks aren't going to get wet, rather.
Now, some interesting facts about Duck Hunt. So all of the gunmen have different properties. There's like one that has a shotgun that's like especially strong up close. There are a couple that have longer range. There's one guy that has like 2 guns. I wish I could tell you the details on those Duck Hunt gunman properties, but just know that every time it's slightly different potential to like do proper knockback. I'm wondering if Jaska knows and if he's able to get, you know, follow-ups off that kind of hit.
Yeah, no, I also don't know whether or not they come out in a set order. I think they're random.
Is it? So it's just RNG. Wow.
I think so. I don't know if someone can confirm that, but I'm fairly sure the gunmen come out at seemingly at random. I'm sure we can try and keep tabs on it. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, some of them will also fire significantly faster. I believe I think the short one is going to be firing incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of bizarre stats with this character that, quite frankly, we don't get to see it enough to actually, you know, warrant like a full you know, deep dive into it. But I do want to see it.
The Can, but didn't get the hitbox. The Can is such an interesting move to kind of manipulate. You know, having to press B every time to make it go is kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could be a Duck Hunt player. There's something about this character that just, it feels so okay. Wow, and then with just a big clank, lots of hitboxes. It's so confusing, man.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think, yeah, look, Duck Hunt as a character has just eluded me for years. Even just doing something as simple as recovering with this character while also having coverage with the Can is mind-boggling. But then the fact that Jaska can do it so comfortably, and you know, mad props to Duck Hunt duo players for really sticking it out.
Yeah, and Jaska's keeping it up with Personate now. So this is looking pretty nice. I'm liking the usage as well of the aerials to kind of box the Can around. Wow, but that like key hydrant combo is so scary.
going to say, yeah, we saw that just earlier in the stock, Personate and Jaska.
The back throw into can up air. Let's go.
He's got them.
It's team combos. It's like doubles, except your partner is the can.
And he's still there. Oh no, okay, but Jaska does roll into it. It's sort of similar to Snake's can or Snake's
can.
Yeah, Snake's.
I mean, it's just a can.
Yeah, it's a can with with a little grenade shell around it. Similar to Snake's grenade. I mean, it can still damage both Personate and Jaska here. So I mean, it's gonna perform some pretty bizarre kind of combos, and whether or not it actually works out in Jaska's favor, it's honestly, who's to say?
I'd be interested to know if the can has... So Snake's grenades have a friendly fire hitbox. Steve's TNT has a friendly fire hitbox. I'd be interested whether the can has a friendly fire hitbox, whether when it hits Duck Hunt, if it does less damage or has less range.
I want to say it actually doesn't. I'm gonna make that claim, but I might be wrong.
Oh, the key through the hydrant. It's so annoying because you want to deal with either one of the key or the hydrant. There's just so many things happening on your screen. You commit to an option and then you get hit.
I love that replay there. That looked like the biggest match of tennis. Like the can was being launched at Pac-Man, the hydrant was being launched at Duck Hunt. Oh man, oh man! I wonder if we can take another look at this. Watch this. This is just like it's a game of tanks right there.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Projectiles is being launched from opposite sides of the stage.
Different arcs as well. Like the can, like going above the hydrant, it's bouncing underneath. Yeah, it's crazy. That ledge trap from Personate when he had the apple bouncing as well, like
that was terrifying.
When is it enough?
I want to see him do that again. That was such a cool move.
Like when is it enough, guys?
Also, when do you get up from that? I guess that's kind of like Gordo on crack, right? You see the apple bouncing, you see the hydrant bouncing. You just kind of, I surely just have to wait there, right?
Yeah. Look, as a lover of ledge traps myself, there are a couple of interesting tricks that you can do versus some of these so-called impenetrable ledge traps. So the first thing to know is that depending on your character, if you've got a great ledge hang, definitely abuse it. Because most of these projectiles, like hydrant, like apple, like Gordo, will expire before they land on the ledge. And some ledge traps as well, like the Steve TNT ledge traps. Other characters that have set play ledge traps, often they won't be prepared to hit the ledge because they're so used to people getting up into it. But the other trick is, I think something that people don't realize. When there's a projectile traveling down towards the ledge, you can actually jump through it. Jump has iframes, just like the other ledge options.
Really?
Yeah. And because you travel faster during your jump animation, you can actually completely clear your way through a Gordo or through a falling hydrant towards you, if you time it right. And you just have to practice it a little bit, and it gets pretty consistent. Yeah, ledge jump can be a really, really strong option at getting through ledge traps if you're consistent with the timing. It doesn't have... Oh yeah, no, you go.
I was just going to say, I'm really seeing a pretty big issue here in Jaska's game plan, which is just this key. I mean, I think the fact that Personate is just kind of chucking it out, just kind of to see what sticks, because any projectile that Jaska potentially commits to, having to control its arc, having to, have a lot of startup as well with the frisbee as well, for example. That key is just cutting through everything. So nothing really has too much priority, unlike the key.
I like the gunman on top of the hydrant idea, and it kind of hit as well.
He's got a sniper nest, yeah.
Yeah. The thing with the key, right, is it's such a high priority projectile that doesn't clank. It just goes through everything. It means that Jaska can be playing as many. And the gunman on top of the can as well. It means Jaska can be playing as many crazy games as he wants to play. He can summon as many gunmen. He can put the can wherever he needs to put it. But the key is going to cut through all of that, and it's going to interrupt your gunman. It's going to reverse your can, right? Because when you hit the can, it turns in the other direction. And it also might hit Duck Hunt, or at least force Jaska to shield. And that's pretty dire, I think. If Duck Hunt's not allowed to play their setup game, then they lose a lot of the advantages they have as a character, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm curious to see how Jaska might be able to adapt to that, because I feel like he's recognized it. He's definitely slowed this down a lot. At least, if anything, to kind of stop the bleeding of making sure that Personate doesn't get too much of a lead. Yeah, perfect.
A little fair into the can that kills. It's so cool. The can's so cute.
Man, I'm looking at ultimate frame data as we speak as well, trying to find out more about that down special. I've learnt nothing except for the names of the gunmen.
You've learnt the names of the gunmen? Tell me. I want to know.
Out of your friends, which are you got a leader in brown coat. We got black suit, sombrero guy, short cowboy, or tall cowboy.
Wow, that's awesome.
And that's it. But they do all have different startups, different damages as well. We've actually sombrero guy. Man, he does a lot of base damage. Does 11 base damage, but middle of the pack in terms of startup. So man, props to him. That's the one you want.
Yeah, I think another move that's really cool. The clay pigeon, like that side B. Yeah, Pac-Man F smash. It's those smash attacks. They linger so long as well. You know, they're so good for Pac-Man. Like people can often fall into them. Sometimes, like if you fire at the end of a spot dodge, you know the spot dodge will end and they'll still get hit. Just like some of the most active smash attacks in the game. Oh, there it is. You showed it to us again.
Bit of charge on that one. On the
I'm looking to kill at 90.
I think
I'm really not sure about Duck Hunt's weight. It killed at 71.
Yeah, I think, look, with a bit of charge, but I think probably at that point, I feel like Jaska had thrown out that aerial to try and hit Personate on the way down, realizing he'd misspaced it, and then started to try to drift outwards to try and get out of dodge. Did not work out, unfortunately. Very, very disjointed move, that forward